All right, we'll get started. Kia ora everyone, welcome and a good day to our Aussie mates who are tuning in as well. Hope everyone's having a great day. My name's Sam Cameron. I'm the Trade Marketing Advisor with Tairāwhiti Gisborne. So yeah, welcome. So I'd just really like to welcome you here to Tairāwhiti and to this Explore Central North Island webinar series. So we are here in the central North Island of New Zealand, and you might have seen a bit of us at the Explore shows that we've held at Eden Park most years. This year obviously being a little bit different for us, but we're looking forward to getting that show back on the road next year, so keep an eye on some communications out about that. Obviously you've got the 3 touring routes that you can see on the map here, the blue one being the Pacific Coast Highway that comes round past Tairāwhiti Gisborne, and we are one of 8 regions that are part of this group here today. So as you can see, it's quite a big distance, but it's really easy to navigate through the central North Island, quite compact in a few places, and with direct flight access to each region as well. So nowhere is too far to get to. Let's jump right into it. So kia ora koutou katoa, no mai haere mai from the land of the first light. Kia ora and welcome to Tairāwhiti. So what we're going to chat about today, I'm splitting it into 2 parts really. So we're going to do a bit of a focus on State Highway 35 around the coast, and then we'll have a bit more of a Gisborne city-centric focus. But let's start with a few of the basics. So where are we? Obviously out here on the east coast of the North Island. Quite a large area to cover, and it's to get into Gisborne, sort of the most direct route driving is about 6.5 hours from Auckland, 7 hours driving from Wellington, and Air New Zealand both flies in from both Auckland and Wellington as well. So about 3.5 hours from the main centres of Tauranga, Rotorua or Napier, so nice and easy to get to. There's also some little smaller airlines that come in as well. Air Gisborne flies around, Air Napier and Sunair, little charter flights that come in and out. So reasons to visit our region. We've got the first to see the sunrise. So Maunga Hikarangi, the first peak bit of landmass in New Zealand, mainland New Zealand, to see the sunrise each morning. So that's a really special thing to be able to do in our region. It's well worth an early wake up. Obviously we've got lots of culture here in Tairāwhiti. Our community is 50% Māori population, but we also have a wide range of lots of other different cultures, and I'm talking about like surfing cultures and music cultures and food cultures. It's just a really wide piece of it. Obviously you can feed on local treats. We've got some beautiful little goodies that I'll go through. Our region's quite untravelled in a sense. It's been a really big, something on everyone's bucket list, but they just kind of never get to it. But everyone is now, so that's great to see lots of people coming around. And we've also got some pretty unique activities as well in our region. So our tagline as well is the first light, just being with that sunrise piece. In Tairāwhiti, the name means the coast upon which the sun shines across the water. So that's a really apt name for us. So what I'm going to go through first is State Highway 35. So it's mostly coastal road that takes you from soaring cliff faces right through to golden sandy beaches, and all the way along you've just got this beautiful native bush, beautiful roads like this that you can see on there. You drive through communities who just really live at a different pace of life, and they really epitomise what kaitiakitanga is to our nation. They love their whenua, their land, and they take great pride in caring for it, but also sharing it. So here's a bit of some driving stats for you around State Highway 35. So you can see here, you can see my mouse on the screen. So Potiki, sort of the gateway into our region. If you head up here to Te Kaha, it's about an hour's drive. Up to Waihao Bay, about another half an hour. Waihao Bay round to Te Araroa, again, over about a 40-minute drive. Te Araroa down to Ruatoria, another 40 minutes. Ruatoria down to Tokomaru Bay, another 40 minutes. Tokomaru Bay to Tolaga, half an hour, 35, and then Tolaga all the way down to Gisborne, about an hour. So in total, it's about 6.5 hours if you were to do the whole trip in one go, but there's no reason why you shouldn't be splitting it up and seeing a bit of what we've got to offer here. So I'll go through a little bit about what there is to stay, eat and do in this area. So staying options, we've got everything from hotels, motels, through to luxury glamping and lodges. So on the coast mainly you're going to find campsites, Airbnb is a really popular one, and little like taverns and things like that. So the top left one there, we've got the Te Puka Tavern in Tokomaru Bay, greatly popular spot. We've got beautiful apartment loft style pieces that are like right on the waterfront. Top right there is a Noda Bay motor camp. Again, one of the many motor camps that are around the coast to stay in. Beautiful beachfront location. The bottom left is Tairāwhiti Bay glamping, a bit closer to Gisborne, and really beautiful, again, scenic spot. And that bottom right piece is Hicks Bay Motel, one of the main motels up the coast. Great sort of halfway point around. So, what to eat while you're going around the coast? What you're going to find is a lot of fresh and homemade things to eat on. That top left one there is Kaiwha Coasties, bit of a joke up there with the whole KFC, because there's no KFC on the coast, but they do beautiful fried chicken and that sort of thing. You'll see a lot of sort of pop-up caravans, and they're sort of easy to run around the coast. Cafe 35 at the bottom right, might have seen them a bit recently. They do a famous paua pie. Highly recommend that one. They're in Tokomaru Bay. And yeah, that bottom left piece is just basically your kaimoana, your seafood. It's abundant around the coast, and just ask a local. They'll hopefully share their little sweet spots for you. So what to do around the coast? Slow down, really, is my answer to that. Slow down and enjoy it. We've got a few activities that I'll go through, but walk the beach, meet the locals, enjoy the scenery is a great way to get through that. That top left one there is a Noda Bay. Bottom left is Tolaga Bay Wharf, which I'll go into. Top right is, I think that's the road out to the East Cape Lighthouse, actually. There's some friendly locals on the side of the road. And that bottom right one there is Te Tairāwhiti. So Hinerupe Marae. This marae is the ancestral home of the East Coast hapu of Te Whānau a Hinerupe and Te Whānau a Tūwhakiai Reo. Sorry, can't pronounce that. I'll send it through. So these guys, this marae is its roots seeped in culture and community. The marae is their turanga waiwai. It's a place to stand where they feel strong and at home. So they welcome guests from far and wide to immerse themselves into Māori culture and history through daytime visits as well as overnight experiences. So they've only recently relaunched these products and are working mostly in a group booking type system, looking at groups with a minimum of 15. And so this marae Hinerupe is based in Te Araroa, so right at the top of the coast there. And so this is one of approximately over 100 marae in our region as well. And right outside is Te Waha Orere Kohu. This is a really like scenic spot, sort of one of those things to add into itineraries for people to stop and have a look at. So it's thought to be the largest pahurakawa tree in New Zealand. It's at least 600 years old and measures branch span of over 40 metres, so that's pretty spectacular. Another thing to do on the coast, again, free experience, but 100% worth the drive out there, is the East Cape Lighthouse. So 22 kilometres from Te Araroa. The road has been mostly unsealed, but thanks to a bit of funding, we're able to seal that over the next little while, so that will make the trip a bit easier. So it stands 154 metres above sea level, so it's accessed by a walking track. It's about 700 steps to get up there. Last time I did it, I think it was about 25 minutes for us, our group, to get up to the top, so it's not too bad. And yeah, it's well worth the trip out there. On January 1st, the area is packed. Everyone sort of goes up there to see the first sunrise of the day, so sunrise of the year. Yeah, exciting. So next is hopefully something you've all seen before, is one of our key experiences in the region of Maunga Hikarangi. So that's lovely smiling face there is Monty. He's the operations manager for Maunga Hikarangi. They offer guided experiences from Ruatoria, which is about 2 hours north of Gisborne Mark. The mountain is extremely sacred to the local iwi of Ngāti Porou, who run this experience. Their guides take great pride in showcasing their mountain to visitors. They do a sunrise tour and as well as a daytime tour. So the sunrise tour starts around 4 AM, depending on what time sunrise is going to be. And the daytime one starts around 10 AM. So depending on whether your clients feel like getting up early, but it's highly worth it. You get a guided tour around these carvings that you can see, and they all depict different stories of Maui. So it's fascinating. I love going up there. I just wanted to share a little bit of a video, which I'm sure you've all seen before, but it's still one of my favourites. It just sort of shows Monty and his enthusiasm for what he does.
Good morning, world. Welcome to Hikarangi Maunga. It's a special place here in New Zealand. It's the first place in the world to see the sun. Yeah, I mean, what can I say about this place? It's a sacred place to Ngāti Porou. It's a sacred place to me and my family. It's one of those special places in New Zealand that I'd love to share with you guys. Kia ora.
Kia ora, Monty. So yeah, Monty's pretty incredible. And just gives a really authentic experience, really natural, and you just feel like you're whānau when you're coming down the mountain with him, so very cool. Next little spot to stop in when people are driving around the coast is the Tolaga Bay Wharf. So generally allow half an hour to walk to the end of this wharf, and it's thought to be New Zealand's longest wharf, although I did see something the other day about one down south somewhere, so I have to do some research about that. Locals love this wharf because it's part of Tairāwhiti history. It was a really big area where the coast could be accessed to send out their produce in the early 1900s, as opposed to having to track everything down to Gisborne to go out. So really important to them. It's not used for business now. It's just a public sort of place to walk down, but great spot for fishing, doing bombs off the end of the wharf. And at the beginning of the wharf is actually the Tolaga Bay Holiday Park and Broadbill's Uawa, which is a new food trailer who keep claiming that they make the best pizza on the coast. So well worth checking that one out. As we head back down to Gisborne, so this is about 20 minutes out of Gisborne, we've got Tairāwhiti. They are our longest operating tourism product in Tairāwhiti, and they've been operating for over 20 years now. So they've got an interactive marine experience with stingrays and other sea life. So their visitors get to discover the tamariki of Tangaroa, which is the children of the Māori god of the sea. Now the stingrays are super friendly. I always get people asking if it's safe. It's totally safe. These guys wouldn't come up if they didn't want to. They are super friendly. They love being patted because it actually helps to sort of clean the slime off them as well. And yeah, they're just like little pets, really. Puppies of the sea, we call them. So I've got a little video that's probably just going to explain the experience a bit more. I'll play that one. those videos are working all right for you. It seems to be a regular thing on Zoom. Cool, so that's pretty much State Highway 35 in a really quick nutshell. I'd be happy to talk to anyone more about State Highway 35. As I say, it's a bit of an unknown area. If you ever need any recommendations about anything around there, please get in touch with us. We're happy to help. So we'll go on to Turanganui-a-Kiwa or Gisborne City, and we'll talk about sort of that area around there. So the city of Gisborne has a population of approximately 37,000, so it's not too small. And it is home of the Tairāwhiti River, which is the shortest river in New Zealand at only 1,200 metres long, and that's that sort of piece that you can see just there in the picture. So where to stay when you're here, lots of different options you can see here from the top left, which is Portside Hotel, right in the city, overlooks the wharf, part of the heritage group, so a great option for clients that prefer hotels they know of, then they'll stay at regularly. Top right, this is Cedar House. This is sort of one of the options we have in town for more of a bed and breakfast style options. Beautiful renovated old villa that's about a 5-minute walk again from the city centre. It's 2 minutes down the road from our famous little farmers market, so on a Saturday morning, so it's a great spot. That bottom left spot that you can see there is Manatuki Eco Retreat, so one of our glamping experiences in Tairāwhiti. As you can see, the night sky there as well is pretty awesome. And the bottom right there, that one is Whispering Sands Motel, again in the Gisborne city area. And again, we've got lots of motels of different grades as well to help people out, and lots through different locations. So where are you going to eat when you come into Gisborne? So we've got everything from high quality fine dining through to tapas restaurants and great little pizza joints, little boutique cafes, and I think the special thing about most of these guys is that they're really trying to source local, so what you're getting on your plate is most likely come local. We've got a amazing environment here for growing produce, and obviously I've got our seafood and our farming and everything you can need really to eat. And also you need something to drink, so we've got lots of great wineries and Sunshine Brewery as well. They are the New Zealand's oldest independently owned brewery as far as I'm aware. Generally have about 30 beers on their taps at any one time, and always coming up with new and different flavours. They've got a Tangelo sour at the moment, which is quite nice. What's next? What are you going to do while you're here? There's plenty to do. So you can see here that top left is Riri Rock Slide, popular for everyone. Everyone loves that one. 60-metre natural rock slide that you can go zooming down. We have the Motu Trails in the top right area you can see. It's one of the great rides of the New Zealand Cycle Trail. And we have so many cycling options here. I'll get into that a little bit later. Bottom left there we've got Eastwood Hill. Again, I'll talk about that one too. And that bottom right piece, you can see that it's just our beaches, and that view is actually from Titirangi, which is the Kaiti Hill, which is in the city, which is a great little climb up. More to do. So we've got the Tupapa Trail as a self-guided walk around downtown Gisborne and ending at the top of that Kaiti Hill I was speaking about. That's that top left picture of it. You can see gives you a guided walk through the Māori history of this area, which is quite informative. Top right piece there again, just surfing, beaches. Might as well get to one while you're here. That bottom left piece again talks about, this is the statue of Te Maro, talks about the culture of the area. And just that bottom right piece, just a reminder about our sunrises. That's actually from Manatuki Eco Retreat. They've got a little yoga spot if you want to take a climb up the hill, which is a great thing to do. Into a few operators. So we've got Cycle Gisborne. They've been around for quite a while now and offer guided and self-guided cycle tours around Gisborne City, but also through the Motu area up to Riri Falls and cycling back down. They do winery tours. They're out at the moment on I believe it's a 5-day tour around the East Cape as well. So if you've got clients that want cycling adventures, these are the ones to speak to. Eastwood Hill Arboretum. So this is New Zealand's national arboretum. It was founded in 1910 and encompasses 131 hectares of exotic and native trees, shrubs, climber plantings, rose gardens, all you can see. So it has the largest collection of Northern Hemisphere trees in the Southern Hemisphere, and they do guided driving tours as well as walking tours. They've got accommodation on site, variety of walking tracks for all levels of fitness, and they've actually got access for mobility scooters and wheelchairs as well. This one's, I always tell a bit of a funny story that Douglas Cook, who had this crazy idea that there was going to be a nuclear thing in the Northern Hemisphere and they were going to lose all their trees, and that's how we basically started, in a nutshell, to bringing all of these species of trees down from the Northern Hemisphere. And he was a bit eccentric in that way, and he was a bit eccentric in the way that he gardened as well. So he liked to do it nude. So visitors would often rock up and find him with just one gumboot on, trying to dig the spade into the ground to plant some trees. So always a bit of a funny story. Sunshine Brewery that I spoke about a bit earlier. So these guys, they do a tour through the brewery as well. It's just sort of a bit of an unofficial thing at the moment, but we're working with them to get a bit more of a guided experience going. But well worth a stop in for a tasting paddle and some of their platters that are on site. It's a great little local spot as well to meet the locals. I think I was down there a couple of weeks ago on a Friday and ended up chatting to some visitors and helping them out with where to go. So that was quite cool. So rail bike adventures. Jeff, the owner, about 10 years ago, woke up in the middle of the night with this great idea about using railway tracks in New Zealand that were unable to be used by trains anymore, and came up with this concept. Found Tairāwhiti had a great lot of rail tracks that were unable to be used due to washouts, and developed this idea. So it's super easy cycling for any fitness level. They've even got e-bikes as well. You don't need to balance or steer them, you just pedal and they just guide you along. He does hour tours up to half-day tours, and he's looking at developing a couple of day tours as well. So once he is able to get the track right through from Gisborne through to Napier, to be able to run tours right the way through there. So that'll be amazing few-day experiences. So as I said, Jeff's in his second season. He's going really well. He's not quite set up for trade yet, but I didn't want to miss out this amazing product. That's my mission this winter, to get him all set up for trade and get him ready and going for you all. Waka Voyages is one that we have previously been promoting. They did go into hibernation through COVID, and their trust is having some changes in the way that they run the Waka, because it's also an educational facility as well. Like all our schools go through this at least once a year. So we're just working out how that's going to work. It might end up being more of a group product as opposed to a FIT product, but we will keep you up to date with this one. Yeah, they do amazing sailing trips and cultural experiences in the harbour as well. So yeah, we'll just keep you up to date with what's happening with that one. So that was me in a really big nutshell. I know I've gone through a lot of content here, and I've got a couple minutes left to sort of wrap things up. But what I actually thought I would do is talk to you a bit about who we are as the RTO, because we're a little bit different, I guess, to most RTOs that are funded by councils or otherwise. So we are part of a local community trust called Trust Tairāwhiti. Our funding comes from the profits of locally owned assets that are managed by a company called Eastland Group. which means that we need to ensure that what we're doing with the money provides better outcomes for our community of Tairāwhiti. And the board's identified tourism as one of the ways that we can do this. So hence why we're doing what we do, really. I just think it's important for this to be explained, as it really overlays everything we do as an RTO. We're a reasonably new tourism region as such. So we are working really strongly in helping our region to develop in a sustainable way as well. So we've got an awesome development team that is supporting the eat, stay and do sectors, including events as well. We work really closely with the iwi of the area, and as a marketing team, we're working on supporting the cultural identity of our region as part of everything we do as well. So I've got a little, it is a 2-minute video. I'm probably got 2 minutes left, so I will just play it for you. I think it just sort of encompasses who we are as Trust Tairāwhiti and what it means as a tourism team that we're following through as well.
Our great journey began more than 25 years ago. With the passage of time, our vision has become clearer. Transforming Tairāwhiti into a place of te mana, shared pride, where culture connects, relationships empower, and nature endures. Te ihi, shared prosperity, where people flourish, business booms, and tourism thrives. Te wehi, shared opportunity, where children dream, communities unite, and futures inspire. As the sun rises over Tairāwhiti, you'll find our people where they are needed most, at the heart of our communities, on this journey of transformation. Kaitiaki of precious taonga, shared for generations to come. We are Trust Tairāwhiti. Tātou tātou.
Great. Yeah, it just gives a little bit of an overview about who we are and what's going on behind the RTO as well, and what we're doing for our communities. So really big thank you from me. This is just a little picture of my favourite place here, Tokomotu Bay. That's where I go camping, so looking forward to that very soon. There's our links for our website, social media. We have an awesome image library as well that you can find through our website. So if you need some images to help promote the region, please do jump on there and grab them. And we're doing a lot of shoots at the moment as well, so you'll see some new stuff pop up as we get through. And as well, the Explore Central North Island NZ.com website is a great location for a lot of assets, including this webinar series, which is going to be great for onboarding your staff. It's got an online product directory, and we've got some new online resources that are coming shortly, including operator product updates. So that's going to be super awesome. On Monday, if you haven't signed up for it yet, our webinar series is continuing with the lovely Heather from Hawke's Bay at 10:30, same time. So don't forget to go and register for that one. And a massive thank you. This is amazing to be able to get out to you and sort of speak about what's going on. I've just got a little bit of a quote here. He aha te kai o te rangatira, he kōrero, he kōrero, he kōrero. So what is the food of the leader? It is knowledge, it is communication. I think that's what we've got here. We're just trying to be able to give you the knowledge that you need as well to better sell our regions and our beautiful country. So yeah, a massive thank you from the ECNI team for jumping on this webinar with us, and ka kite anō.